guys, welcome back on this Friday. You see, I've not only lost $1 million, but also my last shirt. I'm gonna explain that later. It's no clickbait, guys. I really lost $1 million. I'm gonna show you exactly what happened, what I should have done differently, and how I actually gonna make it back. So if you want to know what's going on, let's go. Sorry guys, 1 second. The camera is coming. It's always that problem here. Yeah, there we go, guys. See, I'm here. All is good. Let's go. So, before I go into what actually happened to me and how I lost today, or over the last couple of days, a total of $1 million. First of all, we have finally touched the CME gap that was hanging over us. We almost completely filled it. There's like several $100 still remaining. I don't believe that this has to go all the way down again to do a double bottom like this here to fill that CME gap. In some instances it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it does, where you have like these dust levels, so there where we just never go back to, it just happens at some point. So in the bear market, when we come back from like 200K or whatever to the downside, then it could be that we come and take this out, but we go then anyway a little bit lower than that. But until then, I don't believe here in the short term that the price will roll over once again, just to take out here a $600 spread on that CME gap. So but at least this is done and dusted. We had some economic data coming out. The inflation data came in as expected, not lower, not higher, everything as expected. And that actually led to Bitcoin getting now a little bit of a relief move here to the upside. But when we're going into the daily chart, we are still slightly below the 200 moving average. We need to reclaim the 200 moving average today and close above it today. That will be the most bullish outcome here. And as you can see on the indicators, we start to be heavily oversold, with the stock, with the RSI hitting here 23.43, and we have not been in these levels since summer. Last time we were at these levels in summer last year, so which is a little bit crazy. That we kind of come back here in these kind of levels here on the RSI. But on the other hand, as you can see here, when we came down into these levels, we were consolidating a little bit, and then we got a massive run. I expect nothing less to be happening here, as long as we stay above the 200 moving average, that we get continuation to the upside, regardless of what the price is doing, maybe in the next 5 days, approximately. When we're going into this daily chart, also here, see nothing really changed since yesterday. This is still a deviation for me below the current trading range, and as long as we are not forming here, let's say 2 weeks of price action, we should be fine and reclaim here levels soon. So I'm gonna lay out also a bearish scenario. The bearish scenario is we lose $72,000, $74,000, then get ready, then we're definitely in a bear market, guys. And the whole bull market consisted mainly only of a Bitcoin run. So it is possible. Even though I don't believe it, but I want to lay it out, because people say I'm too bullish all the time, so that's why I was like, okay, let's pull a bear case out of the hat, the reason for that is really simple. Here's some imbalance in that big candle here, which makes it a potential target to the downside, but only if we would break here below $72,000 and actually get here a couple candles below that level, which is right now from an indicator perspective highly unlikely, and also from a structure perspective also highly unlikely, but just in case, so that is what I would be looking out for. On a weekly chart, things look a little bit different now with that big move to the downside, so I'm not expecting that we are reclaiming here the golden ratio in the next 2 days. It would be of course nice if Bitcoin would do that and go up here 5, 6, 7% in a single day to reclaim the golden ratio and come back at least into it to close there. But like I said, I'm not expecting that. What could potentially be happening is something similar what we have seen down here, because here you see we were in the golden ratio, we got a rejection candle to the downside, the same what we are seeing right now. Then we got a doji candle back to the upside, close or within the golden ratio, and then the following week we got the pump, you know. So something similar could be playing out here, where next week we come either straight back into the golden ratio and potentially even above it, or we form a doji candle, and then the following week is where we go then completely back to the upside. So here, from an indicator perspective, we are also here completely oversold. The RSI on the weekly chart is here. Whoa, where are we here? We are like at 47, 45, 45.9-ish. So also here, we have not been here since summer. The stochastic RSI about to print a buy signal, but this can still take another 7 to 10 days before we're gonna get here a massive reversal to the upside. Regardless, I have again opened new positions to get my money back, you know, that I lost today. Here on the 4-hourly chart, on the shorter time frames, you see that the stochastic prints already a buy signal. MACD about to turn around. RSI starts to fly here with a bullish divergence. In the short term, unless we get a rejection from $85,000, I believe that this could have been it, you know, so this could have been it. That's why I went now massive with the remaining of my portfolio back into the market to make it all back. Because when I look at everything, you know, what's going on, the CME gap, the 200 moving average that we touched, you know, so all these things led me now to the belief that yes, there was a little bit too early, you know, so with calling the bottom, but this might have been it here right now, you know, this might have been it, because when you go back here, where was it? I think it was on the weekly chart. So we actually took out on the weekly chart a low and went slightly below that low here on Bitcoin here. 1 second, somebody is writing me, one of my managers, it's important. Okay, I can take care of that later. So what my manager just wrote me here. So here currently we see a nice bounce here back to the upside. So, but let's see what's happening around $85,000. If we break above $85,000, the next level to watch would be 90,000, because then we get above the EMA ribbon. Reclaim the EMA ribbon, and I'm pretty bullish that we are getting here continuation. Now, on the MDX algo scalp gradient, so here earlier we were actually getting a different colorization. Here, things starting to look pretty good for us, because we got here a double bullish divergence reversal indication on the reactor indicator, and also here double confirmation with that kind of shape here. You can see it, you know, so almost like a small house here. That what is that? Hectagon or something like that. So here, that indicator, you know, so you usually when you get two of them, it's a massive reversal indication to the upside. But here you see again why 85,000 is so important, because there around that level is the daily open. We need to reclaim the daily open to get continuation into higher levels. So what happened with my $1 million? So one part of it got lost on Bybit, a small part that was, I show it to you here. $62,000, almost $63,000 is what I lost on Bybit. But also something that I need to mention about Bybit here, that is why my manager contacted me here, to make sure that I don't forget about that. They have now made their launchpad, so their launchpad process way more transparent for everyone. And I give you that example with that project Soso. So when they released the report on Bybit, they pumped 80% just after that report dropped. Not of course the second that it dropped, you know, but like a couple minutes later. So you should definitely have a look on that, because it's more transparent. You know, there's no other exchange out there that does something like this right now, and you should definitely have a look at that. I'm gonna leave actually that link here. Is it a link that I can share? Yeah, I can. So I'm gonna leave that link in the chat, guys, so you can have a look for yourself. Just give me a second. Where did I put it now? Here. Just give me a second. There it is. Yeah, there. Guys, don't worry about my health. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, guys. It's just annoying that I have this coughing, you know. So if you're here around for a little bit, you know, you know that I have every couple of months that stupid cough coming back, you know. So it's not something new if you're around here a little bit. So also, let me get you another pill, guys, before we move on. So. And again, guys, even with that hack that Bybit experienced, and again, that was not Bybit's fault, you know, it was a third party's fault that they got hacked. They're super safe. I still have a shit ton of money there. If you want to trade on Bybit, there's a link in the description below. You still get a free Airdrop position with the link in the description and in the pinned comment of yesterday's video. Take advantage of that while it's still there. So now, what happened with the rest that contributed to losing $1 million. So as you can see, my daily realized P&L on ZoomX is over 350k almost in a hole. I'm a little bit up here right now on a new trade, but I have also again more limit orders here. So and we actually went so low that my liquidation price got triggered, and I was in the gym at the time when it happened. So I did not have my eyes on it. If I would have had my eyes on it, maybe I could have prevented it. But yeah, I couldn't. And that's why I went here from $1 million back to like $111,000. Again, I basically only gave back profits. I basically round tripped the last 3 months, which is fine for me. That's why I'm not freaking out that I lost like $1 million, because it was just profit. You know, so sometimes you give profit back to the market. It happens. And the main and the most important thing is that you just make sure that you never lose your initial that you were trading with. So, and that's what I did, you know. So I was keeping the initial that I was trading with. Now I'm technically up on that, still almost $12,000. So I'm not really crying after that I lost here almost $1 million last couple of days. If you know me for a while, you know $1 million is for me not that crazy, you know. So I know other people go crazy. Oh yeah, you lost like, I don't know, a mansion in Dubai or something, you know. I could not care less about it. The only annoying part is I need now another 2-3 months to basically make it back, you know. So that's the only thing that the time invested, you know, to make it. That's what I'm concerned about, not the amount that I lost, you know. So when you get to certain levels financially, at one point, you're gonna understand that's not so much the money that you make, but the time that you invest to actually make it, you know. And that's that is what is here for me annoying, and nothing really else. So, and about why I'm not wearing a shirt, you know, so it was a joke that I lost also my last shirt. As you can hear, I'm still sick. Yesterday, luckily, my girlfriend's mother gave me here, it's called Big Vaporub, German people will know it, and you put it on your chest, you know, and it's like almost like a gel, you know. So, and I cannot wear a shirt. I have only designer shirts. I don't want to spoil them with that shit on my chest, you know. So that's why I'm sitting here a little bit half naked today, you know. So I'm not completely naked, you know, just half, and that's why I was like, okay, fuck it, I need to make the stream, you know, shirtless, because I still have this here on me, that I'm not going absolutely crazy with my cough. So while we're talking about my girlfriend, I see that she is actually texting me here right now. So that's but I'm gonna read that later. So let's continue here. Also on ZoomX, guys, best non-KYC exchange. If you want to trade there, also this in the description, use the link and take advantage of everything what you can get there. So here on the liquidation levels, also here you can clearly see there is no liquidity below us anymore. We have everything taken out in terms of the liquidity that was sitting below us. There's only high leverage liquidity above us, which makes it again a target. But that does not mean if Trump gets another crazy idea that crashes the market, that we cannot come down here to like $76,000 and from there finally get a move back to the upside. So I want you to be prepared of it. If you build now positions, do it slowly. As I mentioned over the last couple of days, it's the same what I'm doing. You know, I build everything slowly right now, but I'm building, you know, I'm building. So in here, also on the liquidation heat map over the last week, see here, there is not much sitting below us. Everything is above us. So the directional move is inevitable at some point here to the upside. So also when we're going to the fear and greed index, I think it's still at 16 for today. Yeah, still at 16, extreme levels, really, really good levels to accumulate, especially on spot, because altcoins at some point gonna bounce 30, 40, 50% in a single day or over a span of like 2-3 days. So, and you want to make sure that you get these generational wealth entries. Now, when it comes to the Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, we have broken down from the rising wedge pattern, which led to that altcoins are holding up much, much better than expected while Bitcoin was going down. And this will just continue, guys, you know, so give it a couple of days and then you're going to see here continuation drop to the downside, and that is when you see your altcoins 10-20% moving in a single day. So let's see here. Yeah, no, sorry, I just read the chat. Yeah, I sold my last shirt, you know, so let me get the laptop quick that I can see a little bit better what you guys are writing. Wait. Da. 1 second. Okay, now I'm back. So total free market cap, guys. Total free market cap also here bouncing right now back to the upside. We need a reclaim of 810 and 836 billion dollars. Also what I mentioned yesterday. Definitely need to see this here unfolding in the next couple of days, but everything right now, at least, like I said, as long as we don't get something crazy from Trump again, expect that we are going to reclaim this here in the following days. So I also opened a new trade here on by DeFi. Remember, I told you guys I'm gonna take this account at least to 10x. I started here with $10,000 today. I'm already $2,500 using of that account. As you can see, you can still enter the same trade here at 17x if you want to, but don't forget, I used 25% of my $10,000 to get into this trade. You know, not everything. You know, so don't use everything. If you want to 10x your account here right now with me on ByDeFi, there's also a link in the description for that. If you want to sign up there and do this with me together and get into this trade here right now. So I have another limit order of another 36% of the total capital allocated here at $77,121, just a little bit above my liquidation price, just in case it will come down there, because once that gets triggered, I don't believe that we go lower, much lower than that, like below $75,000. Just, I'm not seeing it, you know. So that's why I just put there another limit order just in case if something happens overnight, you know. So, and again, you can still take the same trade. I'm not up that much here just now, you know, so you will get more or less the same entry if you would enter the same trade here on ByDeFi. Now, and also you should not forget, if you go and deposit there any amount, you get 15% on top of that cash back, you know, that you can also use. So that gives you a 15% buffer, for example, for a deeper stop loss, you know, just as an example. So Ethereum also finally bouncing, but we have broken this low over here. This could be also just a deviation. Finally, on 4-hourly chart, we see here some strength coming in with a buy signal, RSI, bullish divergence, MACD about to flip back to the upside. So now here, same thing like for Bitcoin with the $85,000 level. We need to get above $2,400 here for Ethereum before we can confirm that we are resuming the upwards trend. You know, so this here became now a big resistance on the way back up. So we need to see that to be flipped here at around $2,400, and only then we're gonna get continuation. Solana also massively bouncing here back to the upside. We are really close to the entry level that I had given you here, I think 2 days ago at $145. If you were able to get it, you could have entered here, but it would have been also a little bit risky. But once we are breaking above $145, that will become one of the safer levels where I would consider entering into a trade for Solana. But I would also be careful. I would take definitely some profit at $160. Raise the stop loss to my entry here, and then I would let it ride. You know, worst case, you only walk away with the take profit that you took over here because you get stopped out down there, or it breaks above it and just sends to the upside. because on the higher time frames, if we go to a daily chart, look, also overextended on the bearish side. So would be not surprised to get here an equally big candle back to the upside that we got here to the downside. Let's see here. CME gap is almost closed. There's like 1% missing. You know, it doesn't have to get filled. Then you have such a small amount still sitting there. But technically, we could still get one more turnaround to fill it completely. Guys, I have to run. It's for me quite late. I need to pack everything because tomorrow I get my movers in my other place. And I have to get up really early to catch a flight to get back to Bangkok. Pack everything up over there, fly back, you know. So maybe I make a stream. Yeah, really important. Maybe I make a stream tomorrow. Cannot guarantee it because of the moving. I'm not sure yet. You know, I will know tomorrow when I finished packing and know which flight I'm gonna take. I booked 2 flights just to make sure that I don't spend too much time in Bangkok. So depending on which flight I will be able to take, I'm gonna make a stream. You know, just watch the Telegram channel. If you're not in there yet, there's also a link in the description for that. I'm gonna announce on the Telegram channel if I make a stream or not. If I take the later flight that I originally booked in the first place, I will not make a stream, it will be too late. If I get the earlier one, because my packers are fast with packing everything up, then I will do one. Until then, guys, don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't sell your last shirt like I did, and I hope to see you potentially tomorrow. Bye-bye.